Hello, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon. Thank you for joining today's digital workshop on green hydrogen between Northern Germany and South Korea. I would just like to make a few housekeeping comments before we start. My name is Ji-young Kim, and I will be your moderator today. I work as a consul in charge of economic cooperation in the Consulate General of Republic of Korea in Hamburg. So before we begin, as we are waiting for some more people to join our session, let me start by briefly introducing our office in Hamburg. So our Korean embassy in Berlin covers all parts of Germany, and they also cover the bilateral relations with the federal government. But as an office in Hamburg, we cover 4 northern states, namely Hamburg, Bremen, Schleswig-Holstein, and Niedersachsen. And this is the reason we are hosting this workshop today, because we have seen so many wonderful green hydrogen projects in this region. So today we have brought you 2 projects from Hamburg and 1 presentation from Haide in Schleswig-Holstein. And on the other hand, we have South Korea. We will have presentations from Saemangum on the western shore of Korean Peninsula, and 1 from Gangwon province in the eastern shore, and also from Hyundai Motors, which has headquarters in Seoul. And let me quickly go over the program for today. So I hope this workshop will end in 2.5 hours. I hopefully think that would work. And after we have some opening words from our host and our guest in honor, we will have 3 presentations from Northern Germany, and then we will have a joint Q&A session. We would like to have a 10-minute break after that, and it will be followed by presentations from the Korean side, also with a Q&A session for everyone. And then it will be ended with a panel discussion with our 2 experts in the trade and investment areas, and that will be the end of our workshop. So we have, yes, I think we have more people in the room. We have our host, we have our guest in honor, and let me begin this workshop by welcoming Mr. Jung, our Consul General in Hamburg, and also our guest in honor, Michael Westhageman. So Mr. Jung, if you please, he will give you an opening statement for the workshop.
Okay, thank you, Ji-young. His Excellency Michael Westhageman, Minister of Economy and Innovation of Hamburg government, distinguished guests and speakers, dear participants from Korea and Germany. It is my great pleasure to host today's digital workshop on cooperation on the green hydrogen between Korea and Northern Germany. We are now moving in the uncharted territory called hydrogen. This is really a great transition and a paradigm shift that will reshape our future. And I'm sure that all of us here today already know that green is always better than other colors in this hydrogen revolution too. 2 days ago, Korean government adopted very ambitious upgraded policy target for the reduction of greenhouse gas emission by 2050. The gist of roadmap is early phase out of coal-fired power plant and more rapid transition to renewable energy at dazzling speed. The Korean government's decision is triggering intense debate at the moment in Korea. Some critics say that the renewed goal is too ambitious and unrealistic. However, if Korean viewers see the German case, you will be stunned by the jaw-dropping figure. As much as 46% of the total electricity consumption already came from renewable energy last year. And Germans even want to upgrade it up to 60 to 70% by 2030. Against this backdrop, increasing number of people turn to hydrogen. And there is a plethora of conference on hydrogen these days. But today's workshop is distinct in that we have invited those who are either planning the most interesting green hydrogen industrial cluster project or directly engaged in those businesses. Northern Germany, especially Hamburg, is the undoubted leader in the green hydrogen revolution, and the Minister Westhageman is the mastermind of the green hydrogen strategy in Hamburg, and he is going to share his insight with us shortly. And thank you very much, Minister, for being with us today. Korea is also a rising star in the hydrogen industry. Last year, 50 megawatt gray hydrogen power plant was put into operation in Korea. And that's the world's first and largest industrial scale hydrogen power plant so far. And recently, a Korean research team has found the very innovative technology to produce green hydrogen by decomposing ammonia to make ammonia more dependable carrier of hydrogen. And last year, Hyundai Motor has become the global #1 producer of hydrogen car, surpassing Toyota. And I'm glad to have a Hyundai Motor representative today to know more about their business plan. Federal government's vision and strategy is important, but what's going on in the real business and what are the challenges and opportunities? That's the main concept of this workshop. And in that respect, I'm happy to have with us today representatives from Gangwon Technopark and Saemangdeok Development Agency to listen to their hydrogen ambition and business and investment opportunities. I believe that the Vattenfall's bold initiative to shut down and convert the huge coal power plant at the Moorburg site to green hydrogen cluster is surely the most inspiring business model for Korea, as Korea has to deal with exactly the same challenges from now. And I made an on-site visit to Hyde, this 100 project, and found the project very attractive. This multifaceted project will offer Korean viewers very inspiring ideas and investment opportunities. I believe that the key to the transition toward hydrogen economy is the public-private partnership to progress towards greener energy. Mr. Jan Rispen of Renewable Energy Hamburg will share his insight with us in this regard. And finally, this workshop would not have been possible without the valuable support of many partners, especially Mr. Yoon Hyun-chul of Kotra and Mr. Stefan Matz of Hamburg Invest. The race towards 2050 carbon neutrality is not a survival game like the famous Netflix series. It is rather a long, risky moving process from the world of carbon to the new world of hydrogen. I hope that this workshop helps you to find useful wisdom and good partner to make your long journey safe and pleasant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Consul General, for your words. Now we have our guest in honor, His Excellency, Mr. Michael Vesthagemann, Minister of Economy and Innovation of the Government of Hamburg. As Consul General Zhang just mentioned, Mr. Vesthagemann is also known as Mr. Hydrogen in Hamburg. So he will give us the congratulatory remarks for the workshop.
Yeah, good morning to everybody. Thank you that I'm the man of hydrogen in Hamburg, but it is really a topic. And dear Consul General, Mr. Jung, you said in your speech, what is the biggest challenge what we see is coming up now is climate change and also the transition, our energy system, go over to renewable energies. And what we are doing with renewable energies, we want to produce green hydrogen. Why green hydrogen is so important? We can reduce our CO2 emission in different sectors. Is it the industrial sector? Is it the mobility sector? And also in different sectors. I think I'm really happy that we have this morning and of course in Korea this evening, this bridge between Hamburg, the north part of Germany and Korea. We saw this map and this map shows us we have the same topics. You are also a strong industrial economy that we have also here in Hamburg, but also in the north part of Germany. So we have the same topic, I would say, in place. What we have done in the past was we bring in 2019 a strategy for green hydrogen in place for the north part of Germany. And a little bit later, also our Germany's government was coming with a strategy. We are really happy that we have these strategies now in place. But what we have to do now, We set up in our ministry a task force team. They work only on the topic green hydrogen. It's exactly what you say, Mr. Jung. We need, if we discussed about green hydrogen, that is a really new business field. From produce green hydrogen, the transportation of green hydrogen, to store green hydrogen, and bring it to the end user, and to reduce CO2 emission. And I think that is the same in the north part of Germany than in Korea. And it's really good that both countries now share what we are doing just now. And then we set up also a cluster for hydrogen, and we bring it in the cluster of renewable energies. And I'm really happy that Mr. Ristens is responsible for this cluster. Why it was so important for us, he had in the past also the cluster for renewable energies, and now we bring the cluster green hydrogen together. Why we need, on the one hand side, renewable energies, and on the other side, we need now green hydrogen. And of course, what we need also is a strong team on both sides to bring more speed in this kind of area. We have to scale up a new market for green hydrogen. And we can do it not alone. We need this bridge also to Korea. You have also some companies around. Let me say something. We had a discussion also, what is better? Cars with battery or cars with green hydrogen? And you have with Hyundai, one company, the cars use already green hydrogen. And that we will see also later here in the north part of Germany. So it is really important that everybody has clear targets. We have a clear target. We want to install by the end of 2025, the first 100 mega electrolyzer here in our harbor. Why our harbor is so important? Our harbor has the biggest industrial area in Europe. And if we can show how we can reduce our CO2 emission in our harbor, then we can show it worldwide. And this is the same what you are doing in Korea. And if we do it together, excellent. The second point is, we know already that we cannot produce our green hydrogen only in Germany. We need also import from different countries. And this is what we need, also an import terminal in our port. And we are working very strong also on this topic. And then what we need also is a connection between all stakeholders, what we have here in Germany, but what I see also on the Korea side. And this bridge, what we want to use today, that it's extremely important for me, so that I can say, look, on the one hand side to Germany or the north part of Germany, but look to Korea, that goes the same way. We are not wrong. We have the same topics on the table, and we are working together. I think that is Mr. Jung, and this is why I want to, what I say, thank you very much that you host this event today. And I'm really happy that we have so much expert in our conference today to share our vision, our strategies. And yeah, what I can say, I was sometimes in Seoul and also in Korea. I was traveling a little bit. I like this country so much. And I know, Mr. Jung, you are also happy here in Hamburg. and also hopefully in Germany. And if we bring us both together, especially in this new field of business area, I think then we can hopefully use this good starting point for the common task, and we will do it together. And this is why I say it is a really good success that we have this workshop today, and I'm really happy. And I would say thank you very much for everybody, for the organization, and also for the people that are coming later after me now. I would say thank you very much, and hopefully we have a really good event.
Thank you very much, Minister Vesthagemann, for your inspiring vision. I really hope today's event will be a great starting point for our common tasks.